Welcome, everyone, to today's Wildcat TV production. We have a softball game here in Camas between the South Summit Wildcats and the North Summit Braves. It's a cloudy, chilly day here in Camas. Wind is blowing out, so that should help the hitters, that's for sure. Probably temperatures around 50, just over 50 degrees. We have South Summit on the field first. They are 14-6 on the season. They've won 11 of their last 12 games, batting .380 as a team. Pretty impressive stuff. I think they're ranked number 2 in the RPI. They're trying to win out their season, hopefully move that up to number 1. They'd like nothing more than to be in a separate bracket than Morgan and Grantsville. As for the Braves, they are 3-6. They haven't played as much softball as the Wildcats have, but they are batting well at a team average .455. For the Wildcat defense, we have Adri Fitzgerald, the senior pitcher, Brinley Stapleton, junior catcher, Emma Broadbent, junior at first base, Mariah Bowen, who's batting .500 on the season, junior at second base, Brooklyn Peacock, the star of the defense, playing shortstop. She's a senior. Third base, we have junior Toshlyn Louder. Out in center field is the junior Malia Olson. In right field is senior Aaliyah Aist. And in left field is Javian Clegg, the sophomore. Batting first for the Braves will be the center fielder, Sieverts, as we're about to get underway.
Off for the Braves, number 8, Sieverts.
Sieverts takes the box, awaits the first pitch from the senior Fitzgerald. Just a little inside, ball 1. Up high, ball 2. Sieverts quickly ahead in the count. Here to start off this game, 2-0. And she squares up to bunt, doesn't get the bat around on it fast enough, and that's bunted foul towards the first base side for strike 1. Trying to catch the Wildcat defense off guard as she squared up for that bunt very last minute, unable to get it into fair territory. Fitzgerald delivers the 2-1, down in the dirt for ball 3. Up high, ball 4. Fitzgerald starts off delivering a walk to the Braves as Sieverts, the center fielder, stands on first base with number 5, the catcher, Diston, stepping up to the plate. Diston takes strike 1. Diston hits a hard grounder straight to the shortstop. Peacock steps on the bag, throws over to first base. What a split stretch from the first baseman, Emma Broadbent, to complete the double play. As Diston hit that one pretty hard, but the short-gloved Peacock was there to turn 2. That'll bring up number 11, the shortstop, Christensen, with 2 down. What a stretch by Broadbent. My goodness. That one's called strike 1. Foul ball, strike 2. We had some lightning at 2:45, about 10 miles away. We're hoping it all blows over. If we get another lightning strike within 10 miles, everyone will have to sit for 30 minutes. That's called strike 3 right down the middle as Christensen goes down looking. Good pitch in there from Fitzgerald to start off this game. We'll be back in a moment. As we move into the bottom of the first inning, let's go over the Braves defense. Pitching is Jones, catching is Diston, first base is Rigby, second base Comer, shortstop is Christensen, Bowen playing third base, in center field is Sieverts, in right field is Lopez, and left field is Adams. Up to the plate first for the Wildcats is the team leader when it comes to hitting, Mariah Bowen, the junior, batting .500 on the season. Every time I announce her, her average goes up. That's going to be ball 1. That one's right down the middle, strike 1, as Bowen's trying to get her timing down. Jones is not throwing much heat with these first couple pitches, which sometimes can be tough for hitters to try and adjust. Called strike 2 on Bowen. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Swings at that one. Little chopper to the first base side. First baseman fields it, but not cleanly. And Bowen able to run that one out. Call that an infield single.
Number 6, Brinley Stapleton.
That'll bring up the catcher, number 6, Brinley Stapleton. With Bowen standing on first with no outs. Brinley up in the box. That pitch hits Brinley. Dead ball. Bowen now on second. Stapleton on first with no outs. Up next will be number 4, the shortstop, Brooklyn Peacock. Speed up runner is Addie Aist. Goes out there to run for Stapleton. Wildcats looking good in their sharp pink uniforms. It's usually green versus purple. Tonight, it's pink versus purple. Jones delivers in the dirt. Catcher loses it. Runners take off. Throw to third base, not in time. Now the Wildcats have 2 runners in scoring position with their number 3 hitter, senior Brooklyn Peacock, in the box. Peacock fouls that one straight up. Catcher gets back to try and make a play, and it pops out of her glove. Brooklyn Peacock lives to fight another day, as that ball should have been caught, just bounced right off the glove of Diston. the Braves catcher for a strike. 1-1. Up high, ball 2. Jones waits, gets set, and delivers. That's going to be a little low. Oh, nope, right in the strike zone. Strike 2. This umpire is calling them with a delayed call, so I'll try not to get too ahead of myself. I like to call what I see. 2-2. Peacock hits a grounder right to the third base side. Third baseman only plays over to first base, unable to complete that throw in time with the speedy Peacock running that one out. Gets an RBI, moves Ace over to the third base. Now Wildcats have runners at the corners with Emma Broadbent stepping up to the plate, the lefty first baseman. Emma squares to bunt, pulls back, runner goes. Peacock now standing on second. 2 runners in scoring position with no outs here in the first inning. That's a little high, ball 2. Well, it says 1-1, so I missed something. Oh, the first one was called a strike. Two and 1. That's outside for ball 3. Peacock and Ace both getting good jumps after that pitch is delivered. They're just itching to get home. Up high, ball 4. Broadbent standing on first now, loads the bases, bringing up the center fielder, number 7, Malia Olson. Malia batting .433 on the season, has 2 home runs. With the wind blowing out, she'll be swinging for the fence today. That one's low and outside for ball 1. Olson hits a line drive right past the second baseman. 1 run scores. Here comes the second as Peacock heads home standing up. No problem. Olson staying hot with the bat with a nice 2 RBI single. Her and Broadbent standing on first and second base. That'll bring up number 2, the right fielder, Aaliyah Aced. Ace swings and misses, strike 1. Up high for a ball. Diston throws that one right by her pitcher, Jones. The second baseman, Comer, there to get that without the runners advancing. Good heads-up play by Comer. That's up high, ball 2. 2 balls and a strike to the senior right fielder. Up high, ball 3. Three and 1 pitch. Down in the dirt, ball 4. The bases are now loaded again as Jones struggling to find that strike zone. That'll bring up the third baseman, number 12, Toshlin Louder. getting a break from her pitching duties today as the senior Fitzgerald's taken over for her there. Awaits the pitch from Jones, down in the dirt. Ball 1. Wildcat runners not advancing as Broadbent standing on third base. Up high, ball 2. Jones takes a deep breath, tries to recoup. She throws this next pitch up high for ball 3. It's a good thing for her we're not playing at TCU. If you know, you know. That's going to be behind the batter. Ball 4, walks in a run. Now Louder standing on first. Ace standing on second. Olson standing on third. And that'll bring up the pitcher, number 5, senior Adri Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald swinging the bat well, especially as of late. Batting .303 on the season. A lot of the outs I've seen from Fitzgerald have been line drives, well hit balls, just in the wrong spot. She takes ball 1. Believe that's 9 straight balls by the pitcher, Jones. Up high, ball 2. I'd be surprised if Coach Bowen has given her the green light. They're probably going to wait to take a strike. That's inside. 3-0. 11 straight balls from Jones. There it is. Fitzgerald swings at that one. Hard hit ground ball, just foul. Left of the third base side. The Wildcats do get one to hit. They got to be patient. Let that ball travel. Hard to do when you see a big old meatball sitting out there. 3-1 pitch to Fitzgerald. Swung on, foul ball, strike 2. So Jones quickly battling back. As the senior Fitzgerald awaits to help her own cause here. Up high, ball 4. Jones walks in another run as Olson crosses home. That'll bring up the left fielder, sophomore number 18, Javian Clegg. Javian hits a ball right to the center fielder, goes over her glove as she comes in a couple steps instead of back a couple steps. 2 runs will score. Runner standing on second and third is Javian, the sophomore, with a 2 RBI double. That'll get the Wildcats back to the top of their order with the second baseman, Mariah Bowen, stepping up to the plate. Still no outs in a 7-0 game here in the first inning. Bowen hits a little chopper to the shortstop, who's unable to field that cleanly as that ball had a lot of spin on it. Now we have an errant throw from Jones to second base, trying to pick off the runner, Javian Clegg, who was caught in the baseline on that play. Errant throw led to 2 runs, though. So Bowen will pick up 2 RBIs on that one as she's standing on second base with a ball that should have been a sure out at first. That'll bring up the catcher, Brindley Stapleton. Up high, ball one. Braves defense is struggling here in the first inning for sure. There's a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Jones delivers. Up near the face of Stapleton. Ball 2. There's a hard ground ball to the left side of the third base bag. Foul ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Stapleton way ahead of that one. Up high over the catcher's head. That's going to put Bowen standing over on third base as Diston fires down to the third baseman, Bowen. But Mariah Bowen, the Wildcat, standing there with plenty of time. Oh, Mariah just stepped off third base to take the first out of the inning. A little bit show of class there from the Wildcats. Stapleton gets hit in the back shoulder. She'll be standing on first, and Ace runs out to run for her again. Now up, Brooklyn Peacock, the shortstop. Hits a hard ball to the left side. It's going to clear the left fielder's head. 1 hop to the fence. Aced over on third. Peacock on second. That'll bring up the first baseman, Emma Broadbent. Oh, Wildcats send Addie Ace off the bag for out number 2. Peacock still standing on second, though, as Broadbent awaits. Up high, ball 1. That one down and low in the dirt. Looks like a hit, Broadbent. Didn't see that, but as she takes off to first, that's got to be what happened. That'll bring up the center fielder, number 7, junior Malia Olson. 9-0 ball game with 2 outs, runners on first and second. Olson hits a sharp ground ball to the second baseman, fields that cleanly, fires over to first Rigby to get the third out of the inning. But the Wildcats put up 9 runs in the first with the struggling defense of the Braves. We'll be back for the second in a moment. The second baseman, who made a great play to end that first inning, Comer, steps up to the plate to start off the second here. Comer's batting .630 on the season as she takes strike one. .630 is a pretty high batting average. I don't know how many pitchers she's faced that have the speed and control of Adri Fitzgerald, so we'll see what she can do here as she takes strike two. There's a hard hit ball to the first base side. Broadbent fields that cleanly for the first out of the inning. That'll bring up the first baseman, number 15, Rigby. Rigby batting .529 as a sophomore. As this North Summit team batting .455 as a team. That is some pretty decent offense, if you ask me. Two balls, no strikes. To the first baseman. Swung on and missed, strike one. As Rigby helps Fitzgerald out a little bit there, swings at that high pitch. Would have been ball three. Swung on and missed, strike two. Fitzgerald delivers. Swung on and missed in the dirt. Catcher Stapleton's going to have to throw that down to first, and she does, as the Wildcats complete the strikeout the hard way for the second out of the inning. That'll bring up the right fielder, number 6, Lopez. Lopez, the senior, batting .125 on the season. Only 8 at bats as she fouls that one off for strike one. Lopez a little late on that swing, strike two. Swung on and missed for the K. Fitzgerald puts her down on 3 straight pitches. 9-0 as move in to the bottom of the second inning. Aaliyah Ace stepping into the box to start off bottom of this second inning. The 9-0 lead could have been bigger, but the Wildcats showing some class as Jones and the defense were struggling. Wildcats just walked off third base for 2 outs. As Jones throws that one high and outside for ball 1. Coach Reed head out there, never misses an opportunity to show one of these girls the right stance when they're hitting. Love his enthusiasm. He's been a big help to the Wildcat softball program for a long time. That one's up high for ball 2. Nice little hop there from Ace, the senior. Didn't want to get hit with that pitch. As she takes ball 3 at her ankles. Jones delivers. Swung on, hard hit ball right up the middle. Gets past both Jones and Comer as the center fielder, Sieverts, fields it, throws it in. And Ace standing on first base with a leadoff single. That'll bring up the third baseman, number 12, Toshlin Louder. Braves looking to turn 2 here. Up high, ball 1. That one's down low in the dirt, ball 2. Ball 3. Behind Toshlin is ball 4. As Ace moves over to second, Toshlin standing on first. That'll bring up the pitcher, senior number 5, Adri Fitzgerald. Over the catcher's head as she hustles back to the backstop. Wildcat runners stay their spots. They're not looking to press, just looking to play. That one's down low in the dirt for ball 2. Runners take off there. So the Wildcats have runners in scoring position at second and third base. With Adri Fitzgerald waiting in the box. Here's the pitch from Jones. Up high, ball 3. We'll see if she has the green light. 3-0 pitch. Can't swing at that one. Ball 4. Take your base. That'll bring up number 18, the sophomore left fielder, Javian Clegg. As the Braves defense huddles up to talk this over, give a little encouragement to the pitcher Jones, who was definitely struggling to find the strike zone. It's a little inside. Called strike one, though. Sure, Coach Bowen wants them to swing at anything close in this game. Oh, that one hits Clegg right in the hip. That'll put a run across as Ace crosses home with the bases loaded. Bringing up the second baseman, Junior Mariah Bowen. Outfielders all the way back to the fence on the warning track. Or just off the warning track. Still playing pretty deep for an outfield in a softball game. I guess I would too if Mariah Bowen was up to bat. Ooh, close one. Not close enough. Ball two. Here's the pitch from Jones. Could get by the catcher for ball three. Wildcat hitters being patient, waiting for something over the zone to swing at. It's good discipline. That one's up high, ball four, as Jones walks in another run. That'll bring up number 6, the catcher, Brinley Stapleton. Brinley batting .397 on the season. Has recorded 1 home run. Takes ball 1. Jones continuing with her struggles, finding that strike zone. Ball 2. Stapleton hits that one. Little chopper to the third base side. Rolls fair. As the third baseman could have let that go foul. She chose not to. Picked it up on the line. That's a fair ball. Run scores. RBI single for Stapleton with a little chopper to the third base side. That'll bring up number 4, Peacock, who doubled in her last at bat. I believe she doubled in her first at bat. 12-0 here in the second inning. Bases loaded. That one's down low for ball 1. Ball 2. That one's close. But that's all we've been, is close. Only works in horseshoes and hand grenades, not in softball. Ball 3. As Brooklyn has to duck out of the way of that one, Braves walk in another run. As Clegg crosses the plate, Bowen standing on third, Stapleton standing on second, Peacock standing on first. The hard-hitting junior, Emma Broadbent, steps up to the plate. Outfield shifts, a little to the left side. Broadbent swings, hard hit ball right to the center fielder, right where she adjusted to, unable to make that grab as the Wildcats put two across with that well hit ball by Emma Broadbent. One hops to the fence. Center fielder Sieverts had adjusted and was kind of put herself in position right where that ball was hit. Just couldn't come down with the play. That'll bring up Malia Olson, the center fielder. 15-0 here in the second inning. Olson takes ball one. Down in the dirt, ball two, runners stay. Ball in the dirt again, ball two. Score stayed like this. The Wildcats got through the Braves in the next inning. I believe the game would be over. So Olson walks on 4 straight pitches. That'll bring up the right fielder, Aaliyah Aist. Looks like Peacock's going to walk off third base for the first out of the inning. Little scoreboard malfunction out there. I believe that's ball two. That's her first pitch, ball one. High fly ball in the foul territory of the infield. Batter is out as Bowen, the third baseman, makes that play. That'll bring up the third baseman for the Wildcats, Toshlyn Louder, number 12. Ball one. Ball two. Louder hits a hard ball, just fair over the third base bag. Runners will hold. They could have gone home, but Coach Bowen holding them up with a 15-0 lead. Nice, well-hit ball by the third baseman, Toshlyn Louder. That'll bring up the pitcher, Adri Fitzgerald. With 2 down, and the bases loaded. Fitzgerald takes ball one. You can tell Adri wants to swing that bat. She's looking for anything close to the zone, and she's going after it. There it is, way up above her head. She swung anyway, and she's going to score a run and beat out the play as the shortstop, Christensen, bobbled that one a bit, unable to make a throw down to first base. Wildcats now up 16-0. Bases loaded. Sophomore left fielder, number 18, Javian Clegg, steps up to the plate. Clegg hits that one right back to the pitcher, little slow roller, and it is dropped by Rigby. Wildcats safe all around. Swinging at anything close at all. Braves just unable to capitalize on these infield grounders. That'll bring up the second baseman, Mariah Bowen, up to the plate for a fourth time in the second inning here. Jones delivers. Down in the dirt. Two balls, no strikes, two outs. Bases loaded. Bowen swings hard at that one. Yanks it foul over the fence. For strike one. Same thing. This one just doesn't go over the fence, but strike two. As Bowen just ahead of both of those pitches, pulling them both foul. She's got to adjust. Get her timing right. 2-2 count here. There it is. Right off the end of her bat, third baseman Bowen fields that one cleanly, throws over to first, not in time, as Mariah Bowen flies down that line. We'll call that a base hit. With an RBI, that'll bring up the catcher, Brindley Stapleton. $18-0 ball game. Probably the Cats' last licks here. Can't swing at that one, too high. Ball one. Ball two. Stapleton pops it up to the left field side. Shortstop comes flying over Christensen. I believe that ball was foul, unable to make the play. Called strike two. It was close enough that time. 2-2. Two outs. Bases loaded. Bottom of the second inning. 18-0. Wildcats on top. Jones looking to shut down Stapleton. And Stapleton runs and hops to hit that ball to the first base side. Fielded cleanly by Rigby. The Braves get out of that one. 9 runs the first, 9 runs the second. Move into the third. The Braves must put up 4 to continue. All right, as we move into the third inning, left fielder number 7, Adams, steps up to the plate with Fitzgerald pitching. Takes ball 1. Braves need some runs badly to continue this game. 15-run rule in the third inning. Wildcats up 18-0, and we're in the third inning. There's a hard grounder. Emma Broadbent fields that cleanly for the first out of the inning. That'll bring up the pitcher, number 17, Jones. Here's the pitch from Fitzgerald. Swung on, foul ball, strike 1. Inside, ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike to Jones. Foul ball, strike 2. Jones has a pretty good swing. Just a little late on the speedy Fitzgerald. Jones batting .333 on the season. That one's going to be called strike 3. Batter is out. Braves up to their last at bat. The third baseman, number 12, Bowen. Bowen batting .391 on the season. Foul ball, strike 1. Center fielder Malia Olson hasn't had much action in the defense, but she's got herself a fan club built out there behind the center field fence. She deserves it. She's a cool kid. One and one to Bowen. The Braves' third baseman takes high, ball 2. Ooh, Fitzgerald loses control on that one as it bounces in the dirt. 3 balls and a strike as the Braves try to get their first runner of the game with their number 9 hitter in the box. Swung on, foul ball. The count is full. Fitzgerald delivers, and the Braves have their first base runner of the night as Bowen standing on first base with 2 outs. And that'll bring the center fielder, number 8, Sieverts, up to the plate. Swung on, foul ball, strike 1. Foul ball, strike 2. Over to the right side of the first baseman, Emma Broadbent. So Fitzgerald ahead on this count. No balls, 2 strikes. Looking to finish this game up with the strikeout. I'm sure that's what she's hoping. Diston, the catcher. Sorry, Sieverts, the center fielder. Hoping for something different as Diston, the catcher, waits on deck. One ball, two strikes. Oh, that one hits Sieverts as she takes first base. Braves with some new life. That'll bring up the catcher, number 5, Diston. On deck is Christensen. Christensen's the one that needs to come around and score for the Braves to move on to the next inning. There's a grounder right to Bowen. Bowen bobbles it, hops over and picks it up right over to the first baseman Broadbent. And I believe that's the ball game as the Wildcats win this one against the Braves 18-0. Adri Fitzgerald pitches a good game. Great offense from the Wildcats as they move on to 15-6 on the season, now winning 12 of their last 13 games on quite the streak. Only loss in that span was to Grantsville here at home. This is Jeremiah Fierro bringing you Wildcat TV. You guys have a great night. We should be back next Tuesday.